But anyways, thank you, Mr. Nick Hammond. From music to ATM security. Now, we know ATMs, they're conveniently located, they're very easy to use, and they give us access to our cash.
Yes, but what happens when a scallum uses an ATM to commit banking crimes? Here's how you can stay safe while withdrawing your cash.
ATMs are a common and, let's face it, permanent feature of everyday banking for most of us. The banks and independent ATM service providers continue rolling out ATMs to broaden access to banking services for all citizens, which is fantastic. But this has also resulted in the rise of ATM crimes, and we're seeing a spike at the moment. To give us some tips on how to use ATMs safely, we're joined once again by Kalyani Pillay, CEO of the South African Banking Risk Information Centre, otherwise known as SABRIC. Welcome back, Kalyani. Always great to connect with you. This is something that I suppose most of us are at greater risk of falling victim to because we all use ATMs all the time. It's such an essential part of our life. Maybe paint a picture for us. What sort of situations or how are we falling victim to ATM crime specifically?
Well, we're seeing about, various ways in which victims are being robbed of their funds at ATMs. So some of the more prevalent ones of recent times has been card swapping. So what happens is that you go to an ATM and you go in and you put your card in, and then suddenly you're not able to do your transaction, something's gone wrong, and then you get this so-called kind person who comes up to you offering assistance. And that's all part of the modus operandi. So they tamper with the ATM so that you'd need somebody to come and offer you some kind of assistance. And in that process of offering you assistance, they very quickly press the cancel button on the ATM so that the card ejects, before you even know what's going on.
You on one
and
side,
they swap that card right in front of you without you even knowing it. They then stand there because they're this kind person offering you help, and they say, well, go ahead and put your PIN number in so that you can do your transaction.
Obviously, your PIN.
Yes, and the transaction's not going to happen. Another thing that's also happening is that at the ATM, the banks have made provision for you to do cardless transactions. So you don't have to put your card in. So what the perpetrator does is beforehand, they set on that ATM, they set it for cardless transactions. So when you go there, you're suddenly all confused because there's a different screen now that you're not familiar with. And then again, they come in and offer assistance. And of course, card skimming can happen as well. So, numerous things.
It is very scary, and hopefully this is kind of lighting a massive light bulb above your head, because I think a lot of people now have obviously fallen victim to this, but we want to protect those that haven't as yet. What should we be looking out for? Because I didn't realize that people tamper with the ATM machines as much as they do. What should those signs be that something might be faulty or someone might have tampered with an ATM?
Well, if you're having trouble when the card is actually inserted into the card slot, if the card's not going all the way in, you need to be concerned, because what they do is they put some device in there that will actually prevent the card from going all the way in. That's one of the signs. Another thing is that if you see a small little device at the mouth reader, so as small as the width of your mag strip at the back, then don't put your card into that machine. If you're seeing a screen that's not how it is supposed to be, and you're not sure, don't do your transaction.
I think this finally begs the question, who is responsible if something goes wrong, if the machine has been tampered with? That must be a very grey area. Who is ultimately held responsible when something goes wrong when it comes to ATM crime?
Unfortunately, it is a problem area. So the banks would investigate. They would have to look at the circumstances and the merits of every single claim that's put before them. And taking all that into account, they then have to make a decision as to whether the client was negligent. And very often there's footage, camera footage, and they're able to see. So that's why we're saying to bank customers, don't allow anyone near you. Don't put your password in if anyone is near. Always, always, not negotiable. Cover the keypad of the ATM when you're inserting your PIN, whether you're in or out of the country.
Sure, scary stuff. Thank you so much. Scallums always watching you. We know this, so make sure that you are staying vigilant and alert when visiting any ATM, no matter how safe you feel. And for more tips, some essential information, please visit the SABRIC website. And you've also got their Facebook and Twitter pages as brilliant resources, so you can #WiseUp, watch out.
Wise up, watch out.